Hello and welcome to Sovereign RPG. I'm Sovereign and today we're in this little gem of a game I've been playing over the past couple of days. It's a little something different than what I usually play. Now I've got a little bit of my voice is a little bit dissipated today because I've had a bit of bronchitis the past couple of days. So it's going to sound a little groggy, my head's a little bit not there. But while I've had all this time on my hands, I've been going through the Play Store, I've been going on websites, finding out new releases of games, finding out all kinds of new different things that are coming out, branching out into different genres of different games. And today we are looking at Dungeon Village. Now it's kind of like an idle clicker game, but there's a lot of stuff that pops up on a screen you got to deal with. You can't leave it AFK full day to earn loads of money, and it's a little bit different in the fact that you reach a certain point and then you will get scored on the amount of points you've collected through that playthrough. Then you can start again, or you can continue doing this build, but there's not much after the point of getting to there. So when you get to the end and it starts doing your score points after about 16 years in game, which takes roughly about 3 to 4 hours per game, you can save the game and go back into that game so you don't have to sit there for 4 hours playing it the whole time. It also doesn't force you to have to come back all the time and have to check it out, and it's not running when you're not playing. It's a single player game, but it definitely kept me interested through the whole playthrough, and I did have a lot of fun with it. So we're going to go through the mechanics as per usual in the game. We're going to go through what's in the game, what you can do, go through the beginner's basics for you. So it'll be a sort of a first impression / beginner's guide, and this will be the way that all the videos get done in the future. So if you are interested in all mobile content, remember to like and subscribe. That's all I'm going to say on it. So basically what you do in the game, this is a sort of end game build. So I've got everything built up here. It's all looking all pretty. It's got flowers in between, and you're going to be playing a lot of games like this. It looks quite like Farmville-esque in the way that the graphics are and the like sort of pixelated stuff that goes on. You get a lot of these message windows that pop up, tell you it's the end of the year, and you got medals to give to adventurers and stuff like that. So it's still got a lot of decent stuff there. There's still a lot of interactable stuff that you need to go through and level up stuff and give items to buildings to level them up, but we'll go through that in a second. Whilst this has popped up, I'll just show you this bit here. Once a year, you get award ceremonies where they'll give you upwards of 3 medals to give out. Now the medals will actually allow you to change class. You unlock more classes by getting the new heroes that come into the town. They will have different classes. Once you get that class to level 10, it will unlock for everyone all of your heroes that you have, and it has a point system where each of the heroes generate a certain amount of points every time they're actually doing, like, through the entire year, doing missions, doing dungeons, getting gear, killing monsters, going and buying stuff from your shops, etc. So Lancelot, there's a lot of weird funny names in here, but Lancelot, basically, he's done a good job, so we'll give him a nice little medal there. Now, when you're actually giving the medals, it'll give you +10 and +10 in your work and your satisfaction. When you get your satisfaction to 30, you can actually build houses, and they will ask to move into your town, and you'll get rent on them every couple of months. So we're just going to give these medals out to other people. Give it to Lancelot because he's max level. We're just going to give them out to him, and then I'll show you the different classes that are in the game. So every character starts off with 0 satisfaction and 0 work. You get more work by giving them awards, more medals. You get work from giving them houses, and from certain events that you run throughout the game. So you just go into menu, you go into info, you go into adventures, and you'll see all of your adventurers in here. We got a lot of them max level, and I haven't changed them out. We're going to go have a look at Lancelot because we just gave him a load of medals. So you can actually go in, and items that you pick up in the dungeons, once you pick them up, you will unlock them in your shops and your armorers to buy or give as presents to your hero. So when you go in here, you'll see that I've got a Holy Trident, which is the best weapon in the game at the moment. I couldn't find anything better than that, but you have many different items as time goes on. You got weapon slot, you got armor slot 1, armor slot 2, which is usually a helmet. Armor slot 1 is your chest pieces. So you just click on those or press on that if you're on your phone, and you give present, and it actually gives them satisfaction and work. This is another way to grind out your satisfaction and work to highest level, just by buying them items. When you've got a stupid amount of gold like I have, you can just spam it up, and it gives them different defenses, it gives them different stats: your HP, your attack, your defense, and your magic. Magic isn't really that good in this game. If you're gonna run through the game everything, you might as well just make everyone a knight and then give them the Holy Trident, Holy Armor, Holy Helmet, etc, etc. And then if you scroll down on there, you can actually see all of their stats, how high they are, strength, and blah blah blah. You can get more strength and stats from doing events, which I'll show you in a second. Now if you click on here, you go to change job. Now if you pop up and you haven't got enough medals, you can just go into the actual menu, go into adventurers, go into this, go down to the second tab and click change job. Now I've max level jobs on a couple of these guys over here, and you just click change warrior and you'll go into the warrior. Now that gives you satisfaction and work as well. Every time you do that, you'll be leveling up different points. You can change jobs as many times as you want. We'll scroll down. There's this thing that you get at the end of the game. We'll change job to Chirobot, which gives it stupid amount of end game stuff. So you're like massive amounts of stats on all of like everything. Like you see how it was 800, now it's 1200. These ones you only get at end game after you've completed the game the first time. Kind of makes them a little bit god mode. And that's basically what runs around the heroes. It's very simple, but it's still a lot of fun. Now, when it comes to the buildings, you're putting your buildings down. Now it's going to have adjacent bonuses if you put flowers near them. Now the price changes how much money you make per purchase, and the quality makes the sort of people want to go in and buy the stuff. So you have the attractiveness and quality. So you can put them adjacent to it. It goes diagonal, it goes straight lines, and you can go on either side. And you can see in here, the people that go in this building end up spending 1,112 coins. You can use items that you pick up in dungeons, or you can buy them in the store. There's no pay to win mechanics on this. There's no PvP. And it's a single player game, and there's just nothing that you can buy. I haven't seen anything at all shop front. It's just a game that you get given for free with the full game. It's fantastic. So you can go in, you can go give this up, and it raises the gold. Different items will give you different things. You'll see down here the pluses, price, quality, and appeal, and some of these will have more plus points depending on how much it'll give you, and some places will get more depending on what item you're giving. So if you go to your library, or you go to any of your magic places like the magic school, etc., if you give them an ancient book, you'll get much more than you'd get from giving that ancient book to a different building. Now the leveling up of the buildings basically does what putting adjacent bonuses and giving them items. Now there is a maximum amount you can actually have for each stat in a building. It levels up by the amount of times people use it. So it'll have, like, say for instance you want to go to level 5, it will have like 500 times that someone has to go in and use that store, and it will level up. Now if we go have a look at my inn, it's reached max level, it's got max price, and it's got max appeal. It won't get any more than that. Now the inn's pretty much your go-to. Everyone uses it. Every time one goes down, a hero goes down, one of your other heroes will pick it up, or they'll wait a timer to wake up, then they'll go back and rest at the inn. So it's going to be something you want to max up straight away. Now let's have a look at the quest. You'll get little pop-ups that say a dungeon or something has turned up outside, and you'll go in. Now these ones are where you unlock your weapons and your armor pieces, your accessory pieces, and you get different items to upgrade buildings and upgrade your hero. Now you'll click on a recruit adventurers, and it will randomly recruit just a random amount. It's completely RNG, who gets picked, where it gets picked, and how many gets picked. And then you'll just click and see what you've got going on here. We've got Voldemort. There's some really mental names in here. Jill Nabath, Fluffy Kiss, Clown Stripe, and you just click start. Now this little person here, the little princess, will tell you if it will go well or if you're going to get your ass kicked. So if it says I think it will go well, click start, and it will head off into the palace exploration. Now this is all done, and they just run off by themselves. They'll head off here, they'll go inside, and down the bottom here you'll see a sort of really pixelated movement screen where they go in and they fight different mobs, and these chests will unlock the actual items that you get. Now red chests will give you items to upgrade your heroes, your buildings, and the blue chests will give you items unlocking weapons, armor, accessories, etc, etc. Now when you do unlock the item, it does give you the first item for free, so you can give that to your best hero. So if you get the Holy Trident, you can go in there, give them that one Holy Trident for free, but then it will cost you money, 8,600 gold for each one that you give to every person. Now if we have a look at my actual adventurers again real quick, we'll go over to the equipment. Now you'll see that they're all wearing god mode everything. They're all wearing all of the same items, same armor, same pieces, the holy armor, the holy trident, the holy helmet, etc. Some of them don't, but I've been messing around. Like, it's just, you get to the point where it just runs the game by itself. Now we go to the manage tab. You've got upgrade town. Now upgrading town, it sort of gives you a list of things that you need to do. You'll go in there, it will show you. I've already maxed out, so we can't really see in this game right now, but basically you go in there and it will say you need to make this much monthly earnings, you need to do this many quests, you need to get this much popularity, which is down in the bottom right over here, and you get popularity from upgrading buildings, putting more buildings down, leveling up heroes, and doing the quests, killing stuff outside in the world. And it basically just, every time it levels up, when it gets to a certain threshold, you get a new hero in with a different weapon, different class that, as I said earlier, you will need to unlock. Now if you're going to manage, you'll have the shop. Now the shop isn't a shop for you to pay real money into, it's just to buy items of in-game currency. You can buy the items to upgrade buildings, etc. in here. You can sell items that you're no longer using if you're running low on a little bit of coin at the beginning. I actually hit 0 a few times and I had to pay some money back. It sort of gives you a little 3k loan, so don't worry if you're getting a little bit low. It gives you a bit of a loan at the beginning to keep you from like going completely in the red. And you have your facilities. Now you buy the facilities using the actual town points. The town points are gotten monthly through killing mobs out in the wild. The more mobs you kill out in the wild outside of your town, just letting them go out there and do it without giving them quests and stuff, you'll get more town points. You get town points from doing quests, you get town points from doing all kinds of different things in the game, and these will unlock the buildings in buy facility. Now if you go into events, now these events will give you certain stats. So like for instance, the first lot will give you satisfaction when you haven't got the highest satisfaction, or you got a load of new heroes that you want to get their satisfaction up, so they buy houses, so you get rent. You can use that one. You'll get the health increases, and you'll get the dex increases, toughness, strength, depending, and like you'll get more the more town points you use into the different level. You got spirit, you got popularity, so you can raise your popularity to get it higher, etc, etc. Now the game basically runs until you finish it, and then you'll get more points the higher you are, the more satisfaction you have, more player levels, as was said previously. You can do this once a season, and in the top left up here you'll see that currently it is Christmas, so it's winter. You have spring, summer, autumn, winter, and it runs around the same sort of months that it would in real life, unless you live in the Arctic or something mental like that, Iceland, where they have 6 months of dark. Development, you basically just add items to the cauldron. You can stick whatever you want in there. You can just stick a potato and it'll give you plus in ice, and these are used to unlock magical weapons that you can do later. So every time you put an item in there, it will stack up the amount you have. Then you go to check recipes. The more items you put in there in the ingredients, when you put in 10 ingredients in there, after a certain little bit of time, couple of weeks, it will unlock more recipes. And as you can see, I didn't really bother with it in this playthrough, but I did acquire some decent stuff over here, like the ice sword. Now you just click create, creates the ice sword using 30 of the ice materials that you've gathered, and then that ice sword will then unlock in the presents tab. As you can see right there is the ice sword. You have your buildings tab, which generally just throws up paths. You can remove buildings, rearrange them for a cost. You put down the vacant lots, and then once people want to move in, they will build a house there. Sunflowers and all this sort of tree stuff that they have going on here will give you different amounts of everything from gold to quality to appeal. And you just keep building, you keep growing, you keep doing quests, you keep putting new and better gear on your guys, changing their classes, level up different classes. When you level up a class to 10 and you change it, you get like a set bonus. You get strength for doing the warrior, you get toughness for doing the knight, etc, etc, spirit for doing the mage, and leveling those different classes. So it does help to actually change it up and then just stick them back to knight afterwards, because they're super overpowered. And you get these little events pop up where they make you feel like god. And that's pretty much the gist of the game. You run through it until you get to the point where it says here's your high score. Then you either start again to try and beat your high score, or you go in and just continue playing till eternity ends, and you could be in year 4000 and these guys end up being immortal. Now we just got Harley Potler, what a name, and he is the hero. So that's the last of the classes. Now you get that when you get to 4,800 popularity. And that's all we have for Dungeon Village. Just a sweet little thing to pass the time. I just thought I'd show you guys because I was sitting on a sofa dying, just having a look around, and I ended up really enjoying this. So I thought I'd just show you all. If you did find the video useful, make sure to like and subscribe. This is for all your mobile gaming content. I'll be doing more first impressions of games, hopefully with a little bit more enthusiasm when I haven't got the death voice and my head being stuffy as hell. Again, thank you all for watching. Fly safe and avoid local chat scams.